I did something, and as a result of that, it led to an incredible opportunity which helped me manifest the thing I was achieving within 24 hours. That is the most interesting part, within 24 hours. Sometimes when you're trying to achieve something, when we have this big vision, we are manifesting, and we are in the middle of something and everything just falls apart. Everything just comes crashing down. Oh my God, I wasn't expecting that. What just happened? Like, everything just fell apart. Everything just crashed down. The thing I was doing fell apart so badly. What am I supposed to do? And it's almost like at that point, it hurts. It really hurts, right? It really hurts. It's like, why is happening? What am I supposed to do? This was working so well for me, and then it just crashed, right? When that happened to me, I did something, and as a result of that, it led to an incredible opportunity which helped me manifest the thing I was achieving within 24 hours. That is the most interesting part, within 24 hours. Let's take an example that I was doing a launch of one of my programs, and I was working with one of the groups, and then all of a sudden everything just failed. All the access, everything just it didn't work. Couldn't access it. There was a problem. There were technical issues, and it felt like everything just fell apart, right? That point, I was shaken. I was thinking, what am I supposed to do? Oh my God, I wasn't expecting this at all. And that's when intentionally I gave this situation a different meaning. A different meaning than my 3D, a wildly different meaning that was led by rationality, a wildly different meaning that would make sense. And I said to myself that this incident is leading to an incredible, mind-blowing new opportunity, which will help me manifest what I'm trying to achieve a lot easier and in a much better way. In the midst of that crisis, in the midst of that everything not working and it getting so hard, it was very difficult to come up with that meaning, right? But one thing that I knew was that whatever meaning you give to a situation, whatever you believe, whatever you expect, it turns out that way. I knew that. I said, why not I play with it? Why not I try it? I did that, and as soon as I did it, within 24 hours, a new door opened to something incredible, something crazy, which led me to achieve my goal with a lot of ease and 10 times better. Imagine that. A crisis comes, and it's like everything fell apart. What am I supposed to do? It hurts. It's so bad. And then you realize your power. You realize that we have the mountain moving power, right? And we know that whatever meaning we give to that situation, it will be, right? And then I chose to give a different meaning. I chose to give a meaning which was not supported by rationality. And I said, this crisis happened because it's leading to something way more incredible than I can ever think of. And it did, within 24 hours, right? So I said, wow, this is so good. And then I tried this again and again and again. So I've tried this like at least 10 times, right? Everything when things fall apart, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I really wanted this to work out. It didn't happen. It just couldn't work out. It all crashed down. What shall I do? I gave it a crazy meaning. And I said that this incident will turn into the most incredible opportunity for me. And it always does. The key what I'm trying to tell you is that whatever meaning you give to that situation, no matter how bad it is, it will be what you expect and what you believe. In the face of the 3D, in the face of the things, you're right in it, and when it doesn't work, it really hurts. It's painful, right? And I would love for you to observe your thoughts, to feel the pain, to not just hide from it or run away from it. Allow yourself to feel the pain, but once that is a bit neutralized, then choose a crazy belief, because whatever belief you choose, that is the reality that you will manifest very, very fast. So if things don't work out, if things don't happen as you plan, it doesn't mean it has to be a failure. It doesn't mean that you have to suffer. It doesn't mean, right? It doesn't mean that you cannot do it. The only way it manifests that way in a negative way is because we start believing that because this thing happened, now I cannot do it, or now I cannot manifest my desire. But what if we see it, we face it, but we choose a different meaning for ourselves. And we say, I'm going to give this meaning. I always teach this to my clients that imagine you have this huge box with lots and lots of papers in it, right? There are an infinite number of papers, and all these are beliefs available for that situation. If you can choose any belief, if all the realities, all the scenarios are available to you, right? You don't have to know how it's going to manifest. They're just available to you. What belief will you choose from the box? You will choose what you want instead of what you don't want, right? Key is that when you are in the midst of these issues and problems and things aren't working or things falling apart, or you're thinking, oh my God, I was really expecting this to work out, or I was really expecting to get this job, or I was really expecting to get this client, or I was really expecting to this strategy to work out. Whatever that is for you, I would love for you to try this. Right in the midst of that thing, choose a crazy belief. Choose a belief that is exactly what you desire, what you really want, and stick to it. And you don't have to force yourself to believe it. You just set an intention and say, I'm available for this reality. I'm not available for any other reality. This is my reality. This is what I'm choosing. And you know what's going to happen? As time goes and you manifest this way more and more, and you always turn things around, your mind will start believing you more, because it will know that every time this person says it, it happens, right? So your confidence score with your own mind will improve, and a point will come at a level of awareness where whatever belief you choose, your mind is going to accept it straight away, because it knows from the previous experience that whatever you chose before, it happened. So your mind even won't question you. But for the first time, you just have to tell yourself, I'm trying this. I'm just trying on this belief. I always say that trying beliefs is like trying on new clothes, a new style of clothes, right? Imagine you're trying new pants, or you're trying new thing, which may be uncomfortable, which may be, oh my God, I've never tried this. It's so different. Whatever that is, you try it, and a point comes where it serves you so much that you fall in love with it. New beliefs, new realities may not be always comfortable, may not always be familiar, but as you try it on and your reality shift, it's so beautiful. The way our mind works, is that it needs a lot of proof for it to believe into something, right? So for example, let me give you an example, that if you tell your mind that I'm going to go out of my house and I'm not going to fly in the sky, because the gravity is always working. Now you have never seen gravity. It's a force. It's not like a physical, tangible thing that you can see. But why do we trust in gravity? Because we have seen it over and over again. Since we were born, or maybe since we started noticing, we have seen that nobody has ever flown in the sky, because gravity always works every single time, right? That's why you have profound belief, you have unwavering faith more than anything that gravity works. Similarly, night follows the day and day follows the night. If somebody comes to you and says, oh, you know what, today it's going to be all day and it's not going to be night, even at night time, you wouldn't believe that, right? You would say, are you crazy? It's always night. Why is it? Because you have seen it over and over again. Now, the problem is when we choose a new reality, it's hard for our mind to believe, because it has not happened before. So your mind is saying, where's the proof? Our mind is a meaning maker. What I'm sharing with you now about how we accept new beliefs, I have learned this from Bob Proctor, and it has taken him 9 years to figure this out. And then I learned from him, but I still couldn't really get it. So I had to spend 2 years figuring this out, right? So this is really, really powerful information, guys. How does our mind accept new beliefs? We cannot force our mind to believe into something. Even if you want to, we cannot force it. The more you force it, the more you reinforce the old pattern that I don't believe it. I'm so frustrated. I don't believe it. Why don't I believe it? Instead of forcing it, what we need to do is we need to give our mind enough evidence that it works. So when you have enough evidence that gravity works, you believe it. You have unwavering faith. So we have faith, right? We have faith in gravity, and we have never seen it. We never question that if I go out, I will start not flying, right? Similarly with day and night, similarly with sun. We know the sun is going to come out. Have you ever met sun? Do you know what sun looks like from close image? No, but we have seen it. That's why we have unwavering faith. Our mind is a meaning maker. It needs to see the pattern. It needs to see that thing over and over again for it to believe. So it will take the average of everything, and it will say that, okay, this happens often, so I'm going to believe that, right? The question is, how do we get our mind to believe in the things which has never happened before? And we know at a subconscious level that we are the manifestation of God or universe, we can attract whatever we want, but our mind is not believing it. How do we convince our mind? The way we convince our mind is we go in our imagination and we live there. We start creating images, and we keep creating images over and over and over again. And for our subconscious mind, it doesn't know what is real and what is imagined. So what it does is when you create an imagination for your subconscious mind, it actually happened. The more you keep on feeding your mind with that data that it has happened. I drive that car. I'm driving that car. It's not in your 3D, but you keep giving that evidence. Your mind is going to drive the meaning and say, oh, he has been driving this car for so long, or not for long, but so often. So probably he has got that car, right? So now you don't have to force the belief. So your job is not to force yourself to believe. Your job is to nurture the belief. That means provide the right data so your mind can drive the right meaning and take on the right belief. That's how we accept new beliefs, right? But first we set an intention of what do we want to believe, what reality do we want to choose, and then create it in our imagination and keep feeding it to our mind, and a point comes when we start believing it. And as we do it more and more, a point comes of awareness when we know that whatever we set for ourselves, it manifests, and our mind doesn't even need that much proof, because it knows whatever you set your intention, it just happens, right? So the more you do it, the more your score increases with the mind, and the more it starts to believe, right? So the key is that whatever assumption or belief you'll hold in whatever situation, that's going to manifest. If a situation doesn't turn out the way you wanted it to be, it doesn't matter. You don't have to accept, or you don't have to choose that, oh, this was a failure. What if this would lead to the best thing that you ever had? And if you choose that belief from all the available beliefs, you will create that in your reality. It's all in our hands, what meaning we give to the situations. And when we change the meaning, when we change the belief, when we change the assumption, the result changes. I hope that was helpful, and I'm again welcoming all of you in this group. I'm so excited. I will come almost every day to teach, to share my insights. And the way I normally do it is that I get a download, an inspired idea, that go and talk about this to your people, right? To your friends. You're my friends, right? Talk about this, and I just share it, right? And sometimes it's just like an inspired idea or an intuitive hit, or it's like there is a voice within me which tells me what to share, and I just follow it, right? So if you're watching this, that's what probably you asked for, or probably God or universe wants you to hear, or probably that is supposed to help you in any part of your life. Whatever that is, I just want to tell you something, that I believe in you. I know that you have got mountain moving power within you right here, right now, and you are worthy just because you are. Okay, not because you have to do anything, or you have to prove it to anybody. Just the way you are, you're worthy, and you can borrow your I believe in you until you start getting yours.